Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 7 of the podcast, The Ghostcast with Ghost Puma. In this podcast, we talk about Black Ops 6 zombies. So, after everything we've seen so far with the game, what do you think of it from all the pictures they've shown and some of the game footage they've shown?
I could tell you one thing, I'm not necessarily excited anymore, I was really hoping for like some breakout game to come from this. Like I was hoping that zombies would be elite like it was once before. I just feel like there's a lot going on right now that I'm just not going to be too much of a fan of, honestly. What were your initial thoughts coming out of it though after seeing what they were releasing about the game?
After seeing it, I'm. I don't know, I'm not too excited about it. I mean, I wasn't really excited for them to have zombies anyways because of how zombies have been treated the past couple of years. But looking at it now, I'm not sure if it's going to be good or if it's going to play similar to how even like Cold War was. Just with more of the Warzone-esque or DMZ type stuff.
Yeah, which is just not what Minecraft is. Minecraft. It's not what Black Ops 6. It's not what Call of Duty is really like, how do I explain this? Not really what Call of Duty's meant for. I feel like like COD is just meant for so many greater things, and I feel like they're just continuously like shooting themselves in the foot every time they release a game. Because it's never something that the people want, it's what they think that we want, and then they appease to one audience, and then it just ends up turning into a complete and total clusterfuck.
Oh, I agree. I mean, think about it lately. I would say, especially with the new Call of Duties and the way they've been, everything's been like kind of centered around Warzone. Updates, the games, the way everything plays now, movement. Even like zombies, which changed. They did it last year. It was like DMZ.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I can't lie, I'm not a hater. I promise. I promise to you all. I was a fan of Outbreak and Cold War. I didn't mind it as much because it was a completely new aspect to the game. But Cold War also did good zombies. Like their zombies wasn't terrible. It made sense. There was a story. Certainly like not the greatest zombies we've ever seen, but definitely something that they actually put time into. This just feels like it was rushed. Like it just doesn't feel like it clashes with like the storylines that we're really used to. Very like it doesn't feel like they mix well. And they're trying to bring back Richtofen. How the fuck is that gonna work?
I know, especially since after Black Ops 4 they went with a new story. Then with Cold War it was a completely different story. I don't even think they continued that other story from Black Ops 4. I know the original crew ended in Black Ops 4. Now you're gonna bring one of them back. Which honestly, if you're gonna bring one of them back, why don't you just bring all of them back? I don't know, they might be doing that. But from what I've seen, Richtofen's been like rumored or I've like seen. But I just want it to be or play more like traditional zombies. I know there's gonna be like more updates and more things to do and everything like that in like the newer zombies. I just want it to be like round based though. Not so much objective based.
Yeah,
Or you
I'm
always
I
have to
like
accomplish something.
I completely agree with that because it's like zombies had just this flair back when it first came out. It just had this thing about it where everyone wanted to play zombies. Like zombies was just that game mode. It was fun. There was like so much like story and lore and adventure behind it. And I feel like that it's just changed to be this like mainstream sort of like arcadey zombies, like, no one really cares about the story, blah blah blah. Like that's not how I remember it though. Which is like it sucks, you know?
No, exactly. I will say, so after looking at everything, what do you think of the looks of the guns? Like, I know they changed somewhat of the look of the ray gun and like the reload animation, and then they changed obviously some of the older guns they'll bring back, which I'm pretty sure it's the same guns they bring back almost every year.
Of
Anyways,
course, shocker.
but what do you think of the looks of them? I think they look like pretty much like Cold War, cartoony-ish, which I'm not a huge
Yeah,
fan of.
that's how I feel about it though. It's like Cold War just had this completely like different like graphic design sort of thing going on, and like it was okay, but at the same time it just looked goofy, you know? It kind of just like, oh, I didn't know I thought we were playing Call of Duty, not a freaking Disney game. Like, it just seemed like very like cartoony, and I don't know how I feel about that, honestly.
No, I kind of don't want that brought back in. I don't like the cartoony look. I like the more Modern Warfare look of it, or even
I
like the older
wanted
zombies. They kind of
yeah,
had that like look of like not realistic, but like somewhat more realistic than like the cartoony effects and the cartoony looks.
yeah, I mean, I exactly what you're saying. Like, I would rather the game look at least somewhat like, you know, like realistic instead of looking like a kid's game ultimately. And I feel like I don't feel like we've really grown out of the old 1980s like scratchboard type of look. Like everything was just very like I understand where the game takes place. It's all like bright colors. It's like what the 90s and the 80s, but it's like, dude, why? Why do we need all this? Like, it's just we love the graphics from the old COD.
Yeah, now it just feels like too much. Just like they're doing too much with like the fan to like cartoony graphics and then like the animations and stuff. Like they go so much in depth with those that like they don't actually take time with the game itself and making it like a really solid, fun, round-based zombies. Which I'm kind of nervous that this game still isn't gonna have that element where it's like fun and you want to keep on coming back and replaying it.
Yeah, and that's what sucks most about it is, and like on top of that, going off of what you were saying, like I've already seen like snapshots of what some of the maps are gonna look like. It's just it's definitely gonna be something to get used to, and I don't even know how I'm going to really like it or enjoy it. So, I mean, I grew up using PlayStation all my life, but Microsoft, thank you for putting it on Game Pass.
I know. I am happy it's on Game Pass, which that will definitely make me download it and give it a try at least. But I'm still kind of nervous it's not going to be that same style zombies that we grew to love.
And that's excuse me. That's what sucks about it most is that it's like yeah, you're gonna get the people that are like, no, like come on, grow up, guys. It's never gonna be the same. Like, yeah, we get that, but it's like yeah, it will change. Like I can understand the change and everything, but butchering the game is just absolutely like just eh, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about what they're doing with their design choices, with the map designs and stuff like that. It just I don't know. Everything just feels like Call of Duty is just turning into Warzone, and like yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if I like the direction that Call of Duty's headed right now.
No, I'm not a huge fan of it either. Plus, now, the other thing which I completely forgot about is you have to add in that new movement, Omni movement into zombies. I'm not sure if it works like the same as multiplayer. I'm assuming it does. But do the zombies have those effects too?
Yeah, I can't wait to see Shotzi's clips of fucking 360 dolphin diving, sliding backwards, YYing on a fucking zombie. That will be so exciting to watch, man. Riveting gameplay. I don't think that it's like I don't think the Omni movement is even needed. But again, like we talked about, man, it's just It feels like Call of Duty's headed in the direction of just completely being focused on Warzone, which fucking sucks because that's not that's not what we play the game for.
No, we play it for Call of Duty is its own thing, and it's trying to be like so many other games. And it doesn't need to be. If it just stuck to its roots, it would grow every year.
And it's crazy because like this might be a hot take, but Call of Duty is the reason behind a lot of these FPS games. Like a lot of the FPS games that have been coming out, like X Defiant and shit like that, like they got their inspiration from Call of Duty, not Fortnite.
Yep.
Like I'm sorry, and I don't, and like I believe that like in a way, Warzone and COD are just dying, and this game is gonna make or break the whole entire thing. And if they manage to appease to the right audience, or in like our terms, like the bigger audience, if you will, they're gonna have a hit of a game. But it's like it's not gonna be something that we personally want to go and enjoy. I don't know.
No, and I feel like they've slowly done that since uh, I don't know. I would say like honestly, since even like the Jetpack era, because they were copying Titanfall, but then it was still its own thing. But I
Yeah,
feel like once Fortnite came out, they really started moving in a different direction with the game. They went heavily on Warzone. Modern Warfare 19 was like the last, I feel like, good Call of Duty. One they actually like spend time with on. And I know they didn't have zombies, but I feel like that's when they slowly started to lose their roots, especially in Black Ops 4 too. I feel like they slowly started to lose it, what Call of Duty is.
yeah, I feel like we're losing. They lost grip on what Call of Duty stood for, and that was just a fun arcade shooter with a really good like round-based zombies that you could get to play after you finish the campaign and stuff like that. Like that was the shit, man. Like that was what we played Call of Duty for. We didn't play Call of Duty for freaking camos.
I
And
know.
actually, now that I bring that up, just to hit a little sidebar if you don't mind.
Alright.
Did you fucking hear? And this is why I don't even want to play the fucking multiplayer or anything. Did you hear that you can now complete weapon camo challenges without having the gun fully upgraded?
Huh? What?
Yeah. Yeah, they completely destroyed the camo grind.
That makes it so much easier.
Exactly.
You
And
can
I'm
do
not
them
gonna
all at once.
I wouldn't even do it like at that point, you know? And now what do I have to do? Do I have to dolphin dive, slide on my stomach like a penguin down a fucking hill in order to get a camo? Like fuck off.
I know if I'm not mistaken, you know the Nebula camera?
Yeah.
That's mastery for zombies, I think.
Yeah, and that Nebula camo is literally the copy and paste of the Zombies Mastery camo from the last Modern Warfare game that we just had.
And the Modern Warfare before. It was similar to that other camo. I can't remember if it was I think it was Orion.
Dude, I
It was
really
similar to one of those.
I really don't believe that they're putting much thought or effort into the game anymore. I think they're just fucking copying and pasting and then working on Warzone and hoping that everything else works. Like they're saying that we're working, oh yeah, we're working so hard day and night to make sure that this game comes out on time. We're taking our time, it's gonna be great, this, that, and the other thing. Like fucking cool, but the game still sucks. Like I just don't feel like the amount of effort and time is being put into the game like it used to be. Which like I can understand, money, deadlines, all that stuff, but it feels lazy.
Oh no, I agree. But my next question is, what do you think about the armor plates coming back, the salvage coming back, and the perks coming back?
Okay. Okay. Now let me start it from the top for you. Okay? A I I I don't mind the salvage. The salvage is never something I really cared about too much. It never really affected my gameplay or my experience playing zombies. Um and I didn't really mind it at all. Like, I kind of just shrugged it off. I thought it was just cool to like have something else to grab, I guess. Um, but like, dude, score streaks, stupid. Why do we have them in zombies? Like, stop rewarding people for playing zombies like that. Like, there's no reason for it. And God, what else did you say? You said score streaks, salvage, the armor plates, dude. That's what I'm telling you, man. It's literally just turning into Warzone. I don't know how you make zombies into Warzone, but they're finding a way to do it, and I think it's just so dumb. Like, you don't need armor plates. You don't. Like, back when we played zombies, but basically, I just think it's way too like rewarding now. Like, and it's like it's just so childish. Like zombies is supposed to be punishing. If you can't play zombies because you're afraid of getting your fucking ass spanked by a zombie, then don't play it. Like, like the whole point of zombies is to be able to like survive to round like 100, have fun, just like, chill with the boys on a nice hot summer day and just chill.
No,
But
I
no,
agree.
now we have the fucking armor plates. Why do we have armor plates?
It's dumb. I think the armor plates, I think it's dumb to have those because one, they're a Warzone element. They shouldn't be a part of zombies. If you want that extra armor, that's the whole purpose of the perk Juggernog, is to be able to get that extra health. And then you also have the salvage. And I don't mind the salvage for doing. I mean, the weapon tier upgrades is okay. I don't like how they added that. I just like doing the pack a punch, but that's another thing they added, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then the salvage use for the quicker buys. I don't mind that. I don't like how you can buy score streaks in zombies though. Still, I don't think that should be a thing. The whole
I
purpose
don't.
is you're supposed to be the last four or the main four in
Yeah,
zombies,
I
if that's how they're doing it still.
I just don't really believe that score streaks should be in zombies. It is not a true zombies element. It did not start anywhere like in zombies until Cold War. Like, what the hell? Like, you have all these perks for a reason. I literally could give a fuck, honestly. Pardon my French in this light though, but like still, I could give a fuck if you gave me, right? If they gave me like, how do I say it? If they gave me like let's say they gave me just some stupid perk. I'd prefer them to make just a bunch of dumb perks that we can buy for fun and like just shits and giggles instead of giving me like armor plates and score streaks. Like, give me just stupid perks, like fun perks. Like, what was that? Madam's Web, I think, or something like that, or Widow's Web.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, the Semtex one.
and then the one where damage the zombies if they hit you,
Yeah,
like
Widow's
that's like
Wine. That's what it is.
yes, Widow's Wine. Like that shit is fun. Like I like that stuff. Like that stuff is cool.
They remove some of the. One thing that bugs me is they still have that new perk system, which is kind of nice because it's you can grab all the perks. I think still you're not locked down to like four like the old ones. But I like the element. Like I miss how the old perks were. There was a ton of different perks. Now you're locked to like a certain couple, and you pretty much already know the group of perks you're grabbing. You're gonna
Yeah,
stick
and
away from most of them, especially at the beginning
you
of the rounds.
yeah, you're gonna stick away from most perks until you have so much money that you've already armor plated yourself up to the teeth, and you're just gonna buy random perks because you have unlimited money and you don't know what to do with it, and hitting the box is useless because most of the time you're not gonna get the ray gun, you're just gonna get a gun that you don't want. Like,
Plus, you're already at that point in the game, you're already so stacked up and you already have your weapons leveled up that you don't really have to spend money on anything else.
Yeah, and on top of that, you're not going to buy the box. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I guess one of the things that I can say I don't mind as much is the little the little barracks box that they have sometimes, like especially in Cold War where it was just like ammo refills like that. Like I liked that because we were grinding for that Dark Aether camo. Like that was nice. I enjoyed that. I didn't mind that. But
Yes, that was awesome to have.
the fact that I could be playing at any given moment and call in a fucking mortar strike when I'm supposed to be one of the last humans existing on Earth, or not only that, but they can't pull me out because they need me to do stuff, but I can call in a fucking mortar strike and get air support against zombies. Are you shitting me? Like, are we being for real, dude? Like, is that really what we want to do here? Is that what we find fun?
At that point, wouldn't you just bomb the whole map?
Yeah, like when you just buy a ton of fucking mortar strikes and just freaking absolutely nuke the map into the ground, like
Nuketown
it would only
2.0.
make sense. Literally.
No, I still will never understand the reason for them even introducing that in. I do like the ammo. The ammo's nice to have added, but I will say the one thing that I do like that they've kept is how you can make your own custom weapon and spawn them with it. I think that's awesome for the camera grinds and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And if you just want to use one weapon and you don't
it
want to
is.
wait for the mystery box or find it on the wall.
No, that is nice. I do like that concept that they're going for in that. But like I just don't understand what the purpose of like the score streaks is. Like I just don't understand like there's no way someone at Activision was like, "Yup, we need score streaks in a game where the zombies don't even shoot. They have nothing that they can do against you besides swing their fucking arms. But hey, you can hit them with a cruise missile if you really feel like it." Like what? Why? That just seems like overkill. Like what's the point?
Alright, got a couple more questions.
Alrighty.
One is with I I don't know if this is gonna be a new story or a continuation of the old one. I'm not sure how the story worked. I haven't like paid that close attention to it yet. Because I really want to play the game. I usually like playing the game and learning it that way versus like spoilers and everything like that. But do you think the story will be good or like kind of follow the same direction as the old one or no?
I believe that they I don't think they can bring back the old story without bringing back the old voice actors and everything like that. Like I can understand trying to make a continuation off that, but like the fake Dark Aether storyline that you've had us going with, and I say fake because like you have to like play Outbreak and stuff like that to earn like pieces of the lore. Like I feel like we lost out on like the good part of the Call of Duty like zombies like campaign, quote unquote, if you will. Even though it's not technically a campaign, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yep.
Um, I just don't really know how good this story will be, and I don't know if it'll ever match any of the old ones.
I know. I have a feeling this story, depending on what they do for a story, I'm not fully sure yet. I definitely want to know like I want to dig into it more like when the game comes out when we can actually play one of the maps. I don't think it will compare to the old one. It's going to be really hard to bring back or even try to resemble what that was. Because that was such a good story. I wish they didn't end it. But I hope, like, I hope it's not a bad story. I hope they don't ruin zombies completely with this game. I hope they can make it a pretty good game with the story and everything and make it have a follow-up game, whether it's just zombies on a different title or if they just keep it with Treyarch again.
It's just it's really rough though, man. You know, it's gonna be difficult to have to let go of that like old like that old storyline that we're so used to, and then now having like this whole thing come to it. Like if they can make it good, then that's cool and all, and I guess we'll have to wait and see. And you know what is like really bugging me that I don't want them to do
What?
is I don't want them to look at zombies this year. Be like, okay, we have to come out with like a DLC map and then make this like the end of zombies from Call of Duty.
Oh, I would hope they would never do that. I don't think Treyarch would though. I'd hope not at least. I'd like to see them. I'd like to see them make the story continue. Whether
I
you
would
have
like to
different
see that, yeah.
characters or you have like the same four set of characters throughout all the maps. But I'd like to see it continued. As long as it's worth continuing to.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough like pill to swallow, you know? Like going from playing all these games for so like friggin' long and having such a like a nice like storyline, a nice cushiony storyline that you never had to worry about.
I know,
And
because even Cold
now
War, we
everything
didn't play it
changed.
for story.
No. And that's the problem though, is like we had to do stuff to earn like story elements, and it was just like I don't want to play Outbreak like that.
No.
And on top of that, it's just like, it's just like it wasn't as fun. Like it just kind of feel like the fun got sucked out of like some of what they were doing with the zombies. It did not feel the same.
No, I
And I can
agree.
say that confidently.
Now, we'll say this on a final question. Game, when it comes out on release day, do you think it's going to be good or no?
Damn, this is a tough one.
As
I
in,
don't
do you
think
think it's going to be waiting for an update or do you think the game's never going to be good?
I don't know if the game will ever be like where it was before, but only time will tell, and we'll be able to see truly how it all unfolds in the coming weeks. I mean, I don't know how ready I am to really want to play it like on opening day and stuff. Like I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with that or if I'm going to enjoy it like that at all, but only time will tell, and that's the thing that we got to just focus on, I guess, is just when that time rolls around what we're going to do, if the game we'll be able to finally see if the game is worth playing or not. And it sucks to say that because like it's not like Call of Duty has ever been like a horrible game, but like this is their true testament here, man. Like this is crunch time. Like they have to make like a stellar game or it's not looking good for them.
Yeah, I have a feeling it it's either going to be you can't even call it really good. It's either going to be like an okay game at launch or it's not going to be the game that people want to play. And I have a feeling that it's going to be a game people aren't going to want to play. I'm just hoping they don't ruin the zombies. I hope they make it somewhat enjoyable. I mean, from the looks of it so far, it looks like it's going to be enjoyable. Like it'll be worth playing the maps at least once. But I hope it's worth coming back to, like the old ones were. Like how Black Ops 3 was for me. It was a game that I always came back to on repeat. The story
I agree.
was good. The maps were awesome. They even added the Zombies Chronicles maps in. Those were really good. I hope they make a game for zombies that is just like that again. But I still have a hard time with this game being that.
No, I agree. I agree.
Thanks for listening to episode 7 of the podcast. I also have new Minecraft shorts and Valorant shorts out now. If you enjoyed the podcast, leave a like and subscribe.